All right, mate. Winners review. Here we go. Bi-monthly. That was May, June. All the prizes have been handed out. And we're going to start off with the team managers pool, which I love because it's a great reward for team managers who get their teams together, because we know sometimes that's a bit of a job. So congratulations to these guys, mate.
Well, I think if you are a team manager, mate, there's skin in the game for you. I mean, you've got all the hard work to do. We've got 3 lucky winners up here. I mean, $1,000 for organising a team. Well
Pretty
done
good.
to Taylor there. Fantastic. Ashley, 650, and Leanne, well done there, $350.
That's so good, isn't it? You just, as you said, you're just getting your team together and you get a bit of reward. $1,000 is more than just a bit of a reward, if you ask
Ah,
me.
fantastic, right? And,
Yeah.
and that's obviously for May, June. Now we move into the next bi-monthly period, July, August. So get your teams in. If you're out there and you're sitting on the sidelines thinking, "Oh, should I go and play in a Challenger Series?" Go and organise yourself a team. You might be lucky, like Taylor Ashley in the end here, and win some cash.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Mates, the next ones, chase the margin.
Those third and fourth teams, there's skin in the game for these guys as well, finishing third and fourth.
Yeah, so they had to chase the margin down in the in-game.
Well, no, these guys had to defend the margin.
Defend
These
the
guys,
sorry.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
correct. So they were successful in doing so. Therefore, they went in the draw. So not everyone can do this in the third and fourth. So there's not a lot of people going in the prize draw for this one. So if you can, when you those fourth and fifth games, what we call our power rounds, make sure you defend that margin, and you could go in and have a winner like bagging and tagging you $1,000. Thanks for coming from the Gladstone event we ran up there. And then you got FC Milkos and the Kick Teasers, both from Harvey Bay. So $650 and $350 respectively.
That's a great reward, mate. That's fantastic. It's not easy to defend, so congratulations to them.
Absolutely.
The next ones, I like these next ones. You could be anybody at all playing in this tournament. You could end up anywhere. You could be ranked 150th. 15 random players that get picked out and win what, $100 each?
They're all there. So 15 winners for May, June that we drew out. We'll do the same for July, August as well. So 15 winners, all get $100 coming their way this week. The likes of Emily Smith there for the Main Mania, Tito Solomon, Julia Tintillo from up in North Queensland, Stephen Sylvester from the Beef City Brawl and Rocky. I mean, mate, the list goes on. So just get in it to win it. Get yourself in a Challenger Series. No matter where you finish, you can come away with some cash.
And you can pass that on, mate, to your next 2 Challenger Series that you're involved in if you win that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you can keep going for the next couple. The next one, mate, the winners, team winners. I sort of interesting to see this one. The Slender Benders did win, came first.
Style Blenders. I mean, I know who the Style Blenders are. I'm not sure who you're talking about. Okay.
Style Benders made 1,500. Now, this was a team that didn't play until one of the last events of the bi-monthly. The $1,500 to them, which is fantastic. And up in North Queensland, Muck Dogs won $1,000. How good's that?
$1,000. They won the event up there. Won $1,000. I wonder how they're breaking it up. Are they going to break it up, or do you reckon the lad who's run the show is going to keep it all?
Yeah. We might get into some of those questions a little later. And the Tweed team that came up to Warwick, mate, got a 500.
Yeah, 500. They snuck in there. So these are all random, mate. So the way these work has been changed. You've got to finish first and second, and it's a random draw.
Yep.
So if you finish first, you get 3 entries into the draw. If you finish second, you get 1 entry into the draw. This is not the teams that finish first, second, and third.
To finish first, second, or third. Yeah.
They just finish first and second in their event, but it's not on the minor leaderboard. It's got nothing to do with that. It's just a random, random selection of players. Yeah. But the Kick and Giggle team, I mean, I do like the name. They had a great event up there in Warwick. Come away with another $500. Mate, I'm sure they'll be back again very soon. Team from the Tweed, the Goldie Way, and obviously Style Benders, aka Slender Benders. They're from the Goldie Way as well. So happy to.
Yeah. Yep. So it's been shared around a little bit there. I like the fact that North Queensland boys get $1,000. So well done to them.
It'll be interesting though. While some of these players might get some cash, they won't be there next time because they're going to have to remove some of those players. I mean, Kick and Giggle 90K, Muck Dogs 80K. Style Benders 82K. So they're way over the salary cap. So there'll be a lot of roster movement there for the next events. Those guys come in July and August.
Yeah. I think that's a part of the Challenger Series that we need to dig into soon. Once we've been going for a little while, you'll start seeing a lot of these teams and a bit of movement within the players. So that'll be an interesting thing to get into on another pod, mate. Our next one's, mate, the males. Now, interesting here. Now, these were the leaders, right, after the bi-monthly. So now it's not everybody knows that Dill is chasing the cash. All right. So he's done very, very well here in the male co-ed pool. He's ended up on top. And then Max has come second and the King third. It was interesting because we've spoken to Dylan and the King. The King thought he was safe. He said, "I'll rely on my points. I should be okay." That was in the interview we had with him. And then Dylan's look, I think Dylan's seen that interview and gone, "No, you're not, champ. Here I come." And that's what
Good
he's
on him,
done.
mate. Mate, if
Yeah.
you want to chase some cash and you're good enough to chase it down, go for it. I mean, I good on him. I hope the money goes, he uses it well and, maybe go to the track and double it maybe. I don't know. Who knows? But good on
Mate,
him for chasing him, mate. That's what it's all about.
I think, and the best thing is, he's watching this, mate. He's watching week to week. He's checking leaderboards, and he's just keeping himself in front. And when he needs to, he just pops back in, and
Yeah.
he does his thing, and he gets his points up. It's fantastic. I think it's great competition. And the other side of it, I only thought of yesterday, Parky, was, mate, I think the more they're playing, the better they're becoming individually as players.
They're changing the way they play because they're playing now instead of, just hitting it up off the line, coming off their own line, they're actually trying to use the footy more. That's what we want. We don't want to go hit up, kick. We want to use the footy. Let's score tries from, coming off our line instead of just, from zone 2 or zone 1 and social footy. Let's change the way we play, which this is what these guys are doing.
They're, is it making them more individual, Parky, do you think? Or do you think it's making them more team players? What do you think, mate? Is it?
Well, I think it's a bit of column A, column B, mate. I mean, I think if you're coming off your own line, it's that little shit kick, through the line pickup. But I mean, you got cover defense coming across, so you're going to have to dish the ball, and so support players need to be pushing through. For a lot of those instances. So in some instances, yes, but in other instances, no. You've got some players that are just happy to play as part of the team and aren't going to chase the cash. Don't forget that there's a lot of assists these guys are getting as well. So,
Yeah.
it's not just about these guys, but because they'll be able to rack up points with their primary assist and secondary assists. So whilst they're scoring a lot of tries, they're also getting a lot of primary assists and secondary assists. So they are using the footy to dish onto their other players as well.
I can only imagine that from a coaching point of view, this becomes a bit of muscle memory playing out of zone 3. So I'm hoping this sort of falls into our social series as well as our rep series, so that we can start seeing players attack more from further out. So I'm hoping that the points and the way that Challenger Series is set up is actually going to improve the game of Oztag in other areas.
If these guys are, let's call them big ball hogs, so they're going to have to be very, very careful in how they put themselves across. If they're being selfish, teams won't want them in there. So they might put themselves on the shelf real soon if they're going to be, those ball hog type players. But if they can get a well-rounded game and they can score tries themselves and they're setting tries up for other people, they're going to be valuable. That's a valuable 10K player, which all these players are that we've got on screen right now. So that's an important note and something to think about, moving forward. Because I reckon there's a few players that have already been shelved by some teams already.
Yeah, okay. Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. Have a look at Dylan's score and Max's score there.
Right. So
maximum points, 3,915, 3,910.
I know. There's 5 points in it.
Look at Max's last score, 450. If he had that at 600, well, he wins.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've already come to the King and left on the table in games as well. There is not much in it. 5 points in it between, get yourself another $500 or in Dylan's case.
Yeah.
So something to think. Yeah. And I think this is where players need to, when you come along and play, Challenger Series events, you need to know you're getting each game. If that's what you're chasing, or if you just want to improve your scores, know what you're getting each game. Know what you need to get to improve your score. Not necessarily win the money, but what are you trying to do? Your score. Just know that, and what the values are, and you'll do well. Especially they who are chasing it, they're going to have to know.
May we move on to the female mixed and ladies? Interesting thing here that I would like to bring up. Now, Tia obviously has won the 1,000, so well done to Tia. Florence second and Talia third. Now, from my memory, Tia actually, I think she's led for a long period of time. So in the
Mhm.
males, we can see it how competitive it is. The boys are looking, they're chasing each other. We can see that. It's interesting that Tia led so long, and I didn't really see anyone come from anywhere else to challenge her in the final month of the bi-monthly.
Florence played in our first event and was in the lead for quite some time.
Yep.
Then Tia played in an event and obviously came over the top of her there with 3,305 points. Florence didn't play in another event after that one, so she could have just picked up, just beaten, you know, Tia's low score there of 540. If Florence had to come in and she could have beaten that
Yeah.
with a 700 or something like that, she would have been fine. But yeah, Tia's smart. Tia was very, very smart in the way she played the game. She was very
Yep.
dominant in the event she played in. But let's see. I mean, if you're not using the app and you're not in there, you won't be winning the $1,000 or
Yeah. So
500 or 250 for that matter, with from Talia up there in Rocky.
it was interesting for me to see, that they stayed pretty similar all the way through, whereas on the male side of it, there was a lot of change throughout the bi-monthly. But Talia, is she from up at Rocky? Did she play?
Rocky way, yeah. Yep,
Yeah, right.
Talia's played in a few. She's Trail Ace has played in the Rocky one. I know she's been playing down in the Gladstone, so she's definitely moving around and enjoying it. So she's got to pick up those points with that. We could see 100-point game there.
Game 5.
That's yeah, make that a 500 or 600. She's way back up there. I mean, there's
Yeah.
solid scores that Tia and Florence have put up of 3,000.
Yeah.
They're way above the average. So really, really good effort there, from those girls. Look forward to seeing them in the next bi-monthly period.
Mate, we go into the men's section, men's pool.
Yep.
Same person earning a grand. So he's made 2 grand in the bi-monthly playing social Oztag, mate. It sounds pretty good to me.
Oh, I mean, like I just said it before, good on him for chasing it. If
Yeah.
you've got the skills, why not use them? I mean, that's what this is for. It'll showcase those players. If you've got the skills and you can chase the 1,000, chase it. That's what Dylan's
Yeah.
done. He's gone and played men's and mixed, and he's done well. I mean, look at that score, mate.
That's huge.
3,455. That's a big men's score. Big men's
Yeah.
score.
Yeah.
The other two lads there, Sammy Morgan and Brandon. Again, Brandon's featured last year. He's featured back again. Mate, just quality. It's a great photo for Brandon. Put that and
Oh,
send it to him.
Brandon, you should sell that. That is
What's doing? Cool. Hey, arm day.
I reckon he's done a few push-ups before they took
These
the
arms look
photo.
like my quads, mate.
I think they're
Unbelievable.
bigger. I honestly believe.
Oh, I think you're right. I was trying to be nice to myself. Yeah, I quizzed him on it on the weekend because he played in another event on the weekend. I
Yeah.
said, mate, how about that photo? He goes, yeah, mate, how good. He's pretty happy with it. He's pretty happy.
I'd be happy with it too.
That's a gym membership well used.
100%. He could go play
Good
in
on
the
him.
pit stop. He should advertise pit stop and get paid to go there. So
Good
he's
on him.
making money outside of he's getting sponsored to go and join a gym. How good.
I would be. Did you say pit stop?
Isn't it pit stop? What's it?
Mate, it's fit stop.
Fit stop. Same thing.
Yeah, it's all right. No worries, Slender Bender.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, I'll just put it down to age, mate. That's all I'm putting it down to. So that's fine. Look at I think the low scores here too. Some of these lads, like 350 for Dylan, 200 for Sammy. 290 there for Brandon.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of points on the table. I think they're maxing out. What Dylan maxed out about 900. I mean, that's a big score. 600 to 700 is normally what we're looking at. So these guys are putting themselves out there. But I have noted that already in events now for the July-August period that players already are not pushing the 3,455, but definitely pushing the 2,700s on a regular.
Well, mate, you can just look at those stats there and you can see that it's fatigue. It's got to be fatigue, mate. They're massive scores for the game 1, 2, and 3. I'm just looking at Dylan there, but same with all the others. With Sam and Brandon's the same, and they get to that game 5, and I'd say they're done. They're pretty fatigued by then. Yeah, it's a tough one to get that 5th game to be up around that score. That you look at Dylan's first 4 games, like they're massive points, mate.
I'd probably push back on, and fatigue obviously is part of But I also think defensive efforts, from those third and fourth teams trying to defend that margin. But
Whereas we say
possibly,
every single point matters at every single minute. And that's not just for that series or that event. It's for the total overall world leaderboard you want to
yeah,
stay on top of. So all those
that's it,
points
mate.
contribute to that. So you've got to be able to be on it.
Yeah, a bit of a round of applause for these guys. Nice work. So, mate, I know some of these guys are already coming back for July and August, so they may be up here again, or they may get dethroned, and other people will be there. But be in it to win it. Hopefully, we'll see other players coming in. Well, we already are seeing other players coming in for this next bi-monthly period. So good stuff. Well, mate,
It's awesome.
to Cap Watch, eh?
Yeah, Cat Watch, mate. And Banjo Bandits. Banjo Bandits. We talked about them last week, you and I. I put it out there. I said they're a stacked side, and I thought they'd end up on 82,000.
Hang on, what is that? What is that salary cap say?
It says 74. They've still got $2,000 up their sleeve. I reckon they heard me. They've cheated somewhere along the way. They've just tried to share it around a little bit. The King was in this side, and yeah, well, I still think it's a stacked side.
Clearly not. Clearly not. They're under the salary cap. Look, what I will say is they're going to have to take one player out, because obviously they've got three $10,000 players in there. So I don't know who's going to get the punt, but one of them's going to go for their next one. It's because you did say they would blow the salary cap up. They have not. Here they are.
They did win the event. King Collins absolutely dominated the event. He's massive points compared to everybody else. He was a long way in front from what I remember. Yeah.
So already above second place. He knows how to score, the King.
I looked at his stat, and his first game wasn't really that good at all. So I'm not too sure what happened to him.
It should have been bigger.
Game.
It should have been over 3K for sure. He'll get there in his next ones. Yeah, without a doubt. And mate, what's up? You've got a review team, mate. I mean, that's obviously the salary cap for this week. Who's your team for this week?
Well, mate, my team this week, and there's a reason. The reason I picked it is because I think they're trying to trick other teams into a false sense of security. Their name is Low Expectations, and they have a sloth as their logo. I love sloths. One of my favorite animal in the world. Wish I could have one. Just hang around the house. I think I've got one in an older son, which resembles a sloth. Let me tell you. But at least their sloth would be a cuddly one. I don't get that anymore from him, so that would be good. But I liked them because I reckon, as I said, I think they put teams into a false sense of security. I like their bio. Did you read their bio?
Yeah.
Low Expectations is exactly what the name suggests. A team of proud has-beens who refuse to hang up the boots just yet.
I mean, I don't know if you can call 30 and under has-beens. I think they're still in their prime. But
I look through their team. There's some handy players in this team, mate.
It's a solid team. It's absolutely a solid team, mate. And look at the salary cap, 72K. I see where you've gone. Okay, it's starting to play. There's a bit. I mean, it's a bit different to your team effort. What was it? Effort? Your other team?
Yeah, effort. And it was all based on the name, mate. You can try and converse this into any way you want. I don't care. But it was all on the name. Nothing else. I didn't care where they were leading or whatever they were doing. It was all about the name.
Well, let's keep an eye out of from the Low Expectations team in the next couple of weeks. I mean, so you've got your team, I've got my two. We'll have some more next week. We'll see how they go.
Well, mate, I did some investigating on Low Expectations. I take my journalism a little bit more serious than you. And I actually reached out to the manager and asked her a few questions.
Okay.
And she was really good. I think she reckons that she's had to turn a phone off, she said, because of the amount of people who want to play. The teams keeps talking about the next event. When are we playing? New players want to come in. So she said she had to turn off her phone for a while. So that's a good thing. That's an awesome thing for Challenger Series there.
I think it's positive.
She reckons it's becoming a full-time job. I asked her about trades in case they sort of went over the salary cap. and she said that she refuses to entertain any trades this early in the competition. Team chemistry is worth more than the salary cap, she said. And I asked her about the name, and she said, yeah, it is definitely psychological warfare. By the time they realised low expectations was false advertising, the game's over. So their biggest struggle isn't the salary cap; it's turning people away, she said. So everyone seems to be loving the vibe of Challenger Series and wants in. Having too many keen players has been our only real headache so far. So that's
Not a
awesome.
bad to have.
It sounds like a great vibe amongst the team. They want to keep together. I sort of asked her. I said, "So what's the deal there?" Because half her players play in another team, and I
Yeah.
said, "So are you in your players' team's ears saying to them, look, you're a $10,000 or an $8,000 player. When you go play for this other team, I need you to play a little bit bad so you can bring our salary cap down and you stay in our team." And she said, well, that could be a part of it. But me personally, Parky, what do you do? Am I chasing the cash for myself or I'm staying with my team?
I'm probably not asking people to lower their value to come back into my team. I want them to chase the catch if they're good enough. So go for it. And again, if I'm the same as this team here and I've got plenty of players, we don't need to do that, do we?
No, they do have quite a few there. How many they got? They got 12 players. So yeah, they got a few up their sleeve there.
A pick. Well, that's a great pick this week. I like this one. Low expectations. Okay, let's keep an eye out for them. You going the next level with the journalistic experts now have. I'm impressed.
Journalistic research. I had plenty to do.
I look forward to the next one you bring up and the insight you can bring us.
So Low Expectations is their name, but for me, they're called the Sloths. So that's how I'm going.
Right. Let's do that.
That's how I'm going to remember them, mate. Hot tip, and we've spoken about it plenty of times, mate. Go for your X challenge early, whether it's in the chat, whether it's in the normal games or it's in Chase the Margin. So you think it's imperative that you go for it early?
I think so. Get it on the board, get it done, and then protect it. That's what most teams are doing now. But look, if you got the trial line in sight and it's nowhere near the X challenge, obviously get the points, but chase it hard, chase it early.
I've got some questions for you. Just on the teams that won. You get the money. You're the team captain. You get the 1,500. What would you do with the cash? First, would you go on a team bender because they style benders?
Blender bender. Yeah.
Blender benders. Would you use the money to go towards the team's next Challenger Series? That's 1,500. That's quite a bit of cash there. Or would you pay for a trip for a team to go to the next Challenger Series a few hours away, like we talked about last week? So you win 1,500. Hey guys, let's go up to Bundy and we'll have a night out or whatever it is.
I'm going 3, mate. I'm going trip away so we can have a bender.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I was pretty happy with that. I thought that too because when you get cash for a team, you got 10 players, 1,500. It's good money between the team, but bank it. Go and enjoy it. You've done a good job for the bi-monthly. Get out there and spend it. Mate, upcoming events, we've got the River City Showdown, and that's at Rockley, 2nd of August, and that's a diamond event, mate. So we should see probably a lot of our rep players from the rep series come over, some of the high quality social players that probably don't get involved in reps. So we've got a bit of a mix there, which is awesome. Some of them can't commit to the rep season and things like that. So this diamond event is right up their alley.
Yeah, we'll be going to both of these. Plenty of socials will be coming out on these as well. So you got the men's and ladies in the morning, and then you'll have the mixed in the afternoon. So it'll be a big day, plenty of action there. So I look forward to bringing these ones.
Yeah, that'll be good, mate. And how are they going, mate? They've got quite a few there signed up already.
They're full. They're good to go.
Already full.
There's waiting lists there. Yeah.
You just can't. Yeah, you just don't have time anymore. You snooze, you lose, don't you?
Yeah, get in quicker. You're going to miss out. You're going to get missed out.
Perfect. Well, mate, that was good. Well done to all our winners, mate. Congratulations to them. It's been a good bi-monthly period. Some fantastic games in Challenger Series, and we wait until the next bi-monthly. So good luck to everyone who's going to be in the next bi-monthly. Chase the cash. Girls, ladies, start chasing the winners. Get in front. Mate, that's a wrap, and we'll see you next week.